On this episode of State Lines and Shorelines, I'm going to be diving the Guardians of the Reef. The Guardians of the Reef consist of 4 different dive sites. Each dive site has multiple structures underneath the ocean surface. And today, we're going to explore all of them. Ready? Let's go!
In an effort to restore Florida's reefs, Ocean Rescue Alliance International and the City of Hollywood partnered up to create 50 reef modules across 4 different dive locations on Hollywood's beaches. These reefs were installed in May of 2025 and are open to the public and designed for snorkeling and reef restoration.
Looks like the bridge is lifting up to allow some boats to go underneath it.
Each of these 4 sites are easily accessible by bike or car. I prefer riding my bike because parking is unfortunately not free. Walking to each site is possible, but not ideal. Our first stop is McLeland Street.
Here we are at dive site number 1. Number 1 is on McLeland Street. And when you get to the first dive site, you'll see a banner that looks just like this. Guardians of the Reef. This is the North Beach Park first dive site. You can see the ocean depth is only around 8 to 15 feet, and the distance from the shore is 250 to 350. These are the things that we'll be seeing under the water. And I'm not sure if they will actually look like that. Probably not, since they have been under the water for more than a year now. I'm sure there's lots of growth already, but we'll see. Let's go check it out.
Check this out. I got to dive site number 1. I was pleasantly surprised by how clear and beautiful the water was. When I finally came across the dive site, I was shocked by just how much growth had occurred on these reefs since last year, and just how many animals have claimed these structures as their new sanctuary. Once you reach the dive site, you don't have to swim far to see the other structures. They are all conveniently clustered close together. After dive site number 1, I dry off and I head over to dive site number 2.
Hollywood Beach has a really awesome bike path. It goes from here pretty much all the way down to Sunny Isles. And it's a good place to go if you want to walk or ride a bike or even roller skate. Here we are at dive site number 2. This dive site takes place in North Beach Park again, but this one's A1A at Sims Street. So it's the middle of the park pretty much. And this one has 4 different primary statues and a few different other reefs that you can swim to as well. Alright, I'm all suited up at site number 2. If you could see far off in the distance, there are 2 red balls. Lucky for us, where we're going is marked, and so it should be pretty easy to find. It's not too far from the shore.
Dive site number 2 is very similar to dive site number 1, so I didn't record a lot of video for this dive. Also, the water clarity wasn't as good over here compared to the first site. But one statue that dive site number 1 and number 2 had in common is this bottom half of a mermaid tail. It has been covered by sea life, but you can still see the outline of it. I missed this statue on the first dive. It would make for a great photo of someone swimming behind it. Attached to this structure is an up-close look at the red buoy marker. You can see these from the shore very easily, making all 4 of these dives easy for everyone to find. After swimming back to shore and packing up all my gear, I start riding my bike a little under 3 miles on the Hollywood Broadwalk to dive site number 3. I'm not a big fan of crowds, but this area of Hollywood is filled with restaurants and shops, and lots of people. And then I spotted something on the beach I had to go check out.
Check that out. As I was riding to dive site number 3, I noticed a sailboat that got beached here in the Hollywood boardwalk. This is dive site number 3, and this dive site is in Harryberry Park. Here are the 3 structures that you can find in this one. A mermaid, a 100th anniversary plaque, and a diver. I'm in site number 3. The water is looking awesome over here. Looks a lot better than site number 2.
Dive site number 3 was probably my favorite. The water was so clear, there were so many more fish, and as you'll see, the structures here were also really cool. I had a lot of fun at this location. Over the other structures is this massive statue of a primitive scuba diver. And I just had to get a selfie with him. It's also cool that you can swim behind the diver and look through his helmet. There's also a plaque to commemorate Hollywood, Florida's 100th anniversary. And when an opportunity arises, there's nothing better than swimming through a school of fish. Another statue you can find at this location is a mermaid laying in the "draw me like one of your French girls" kind of pose.
This is our 4th and final dive site. This dive site is located in Keating Park, and we have multiple structures that we can see on this one. Hopefully we can see them, and if not, we'll have fun trying. At dive site number 4, they even have paddleboards that you can rent. It comes with a life jacket and everything. That was dive site number 4, and that was it for this video. And I am exhausted. I'm gonna go ride my bike home and recover for the day. Thanks for watching this episode of State Lives and Shorelines. If you'd like to learn more about Guardians of the Reef, go to the description down below and you can go to their website to find out more. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Send a comment to let me know where I should go next. See you on the next one.